It's officially summer. June is here. The Direct is soon, and so I decided to bring out the root beer. Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. Way too hot for tea here in Phoenix, but things are heating up with new Nintendo Switch Online drops and releases in a mega way. An Xbox Game Pass exclusive comes to Nintendo Switch later this month, and we've got leaked details on new Switch games. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Updated details on the Direct as well. It is a jam-packed show. Thanks so much for being here. Hit that like button if you enjoy these videos, and let's kick it off with a little bit of Xbox Game Pass action. I think this is pretty fun when we get a game that was previously console exclusive elsewhere, now coming to Switch, and today's title is Echo Generation. I've never heard of Echo Generation, but this new version of the game, Echo Generation Midnight Edition, looks sweet. Previously, this game released on Game Pass a few years back. It got pretty good reviews, and it is like a voxely Stranger Things active RPG, kind of like Paper Mario, except blocky and not papery, and definitely not featuring Mario. But they've added a lot for this edition, including fast travel, a quest tracker, and more. Battle upgrades. It looks really, really cool, and people seem to have great thoughts about it and great reports about it in the comments on the trailer. I'm eager to play this one. I don't know how much it's going to cost, but I do know it drops on June 19th, which is very soon, and it looks really good. Like, this is a game you're like, okay, dude, if this was a stealth drop at a Nintendo Direct, I would be jazzed as all heck to play it. And normally I've heard about games, it's like, oh, it's finally coming to Switch, right? Like, that's a thing. It's an indie game, finally coming to Switch, but this one being on Xbox Game Pass, I don't know what it says about their advertising, but I've never heard of it. I've never seen it. So this feels like a new game to me, and I think it looks great. It's like Stranger Things meets Paper Mario, and I don't know that you can get a much better combination than that when it comes to summertime fun on your Switch. Let me know if this game grabs your attention. Would you pick it up in the comments down below? And again, Nintendo swiped something else from Xbox. We swiped something from Capcom as well with a big dose of Mega Man, as 5 Mega Man Game Boy games are now available on Nintendo Switch Online. We talked about this yesterday, that there was these screenshots popping up of Portuguese eShop. Later one popped up of the German eShop, and it was showing Mega Man Switch Online releases, and people thought it was fake. I told you guys I didn't think it was fake because it's a lame thing to fake, but I did believe that this was going to be a part of the Nintendo Direct. This has me concerned for the next Nintendo Direct date, because this seems like a drop that you would save for the Direct. So maybe the Direct is actually a week or two away. It's just hard to find a spot for it, but we'll talk about that in a second. Let's talk about Mega Man here. You get Dr. Wily's Revenge, you get Mega Man 2, 3, 4, and 5. They're all Game Boy. No Game Boy Advance stuff here. We already have the Mega Man Battle Network Collection game on Switch for you to buy, but this way you get access to 5 Game Boy games that people swear by. I don't think I've ever played any of these. I know my best friend when I was younger had one of these on his Game Boy, but my first Game Boy was a Game Boy Color, so I was already into like Pokemon and stuff like that. These games passed me by. I didn't play them, so I kind of want to jump back in. Does anyone remember playing them? Has anyone played them yet? Are they as good as like normal Mega Man? People seem to swear by them. I don't know. These are games that weren't previously available on the Switch in any of the collections. Pretty nifty, and curious why Nintendo would drop it today. I'm not sure why they wouldn't save this for a Direct. It seems like a pretty big haul, you know, from Capcom, but maybe it does precede a Capcom Mega Man announcement of a new title. Maybe Nintendo has their own Nintendo Switch Online games to reveal, like I'm talking about, like Zelda or Mario or Pokemon stuff. And maybe there is a Mega Man announcement as well. Like Capcom's part of the Direct is already sealed. It's not about these old nostalgic titles. Maybe it's about new titles. But when will we find out? When will we get this Direct? Because I've been championing the June 11th date. After seeing this Switch Online drop today, I'm a little bit concerned about next week, and I feel like it might be the following week, although there's issues with that week. Okay, Nintendo typically goes on like Wednesdays or Thursdays, but with the E3 summer stuff, oftentimes they go on Mondays or Tuesdays. So I was thinking June 11th made sense, but the next week, June 19th is Juneteenth. That is a federal holiday. It is not going to be a Direct day. And then the day after June 20th, that also feels like a weird day, so it would probably have to be June 18th. I've seen Nate Drake and a few others suggest that the Nintendo Direct is still a ways off, which opens us up to June 25th and 26th as well. But knowing Luigi's Mansion comes out on the 27th, I still say that's far too close. I really think we're closing in on the 2 weeks it has to be. It has to be either early next week or early the following week, like the 18th. The 11th or the 18th make the most sense. And I don't think that these Game Boy drops impact the Direct in any way. But based on what I've seen, and based on the fact that I really thought Nintendo would save this 5-pack for the Direct as one of their announcements, it does make me a bit concerned about next Tuesday, and it does make me feel like, okay, as weird as it is, maybe they're going to let Summer Game Fest sit for a week. They're going to start up their Play Tour on the 16th, and then they're going to go into Direct mode on the 18th. Bizarre, weird, strange, but we know Nintendo is always coy and a little bit quirky when it comes to these summer showcases. The past few years of them have had weirdness abound, so I wouldn't be surprised to see this drop on the 11th. I wouldn't be surprised to see this drop on the 18th. I will let you know, Piero has previously leaked a lot of these Nintendo Switch Online drops, and Piero did not peep. He didn't say anything about this 5-pack of Mega Man games, which seems like something he would have known about, and is kind of a decently big deal. Like, Mega Man's a popular character. This isn't just a random drop. He's teased, I think, lesser Nintendo Switch Online things in the past, and it's a Nintendo announcement that he didn't really know about. Does this mean Piero is done? Does this mean Piero has been found out? Does this mean Piero's sources have been found out? I think Piero's fine. I don't think he's, like, arrested or something, but I wouldn't be surprised if Piero's sources have to stay really on the down low after that scathing report about Google employees watching Nintendo videos and leaking information over the past basically like decade, which is kind of crazy. Maybe we don't see anything from Piero. Typically, Piero would start leaking the Direct the Friday or Saturday before it takes place, but that should not be a sign one way or the other this time, because we're kind of in uncharted territory where Nintendo leaks seem to be at a very small bare minimum, which I've said is a good thing. We'll get a crazy surprising Direct, and that's always a fun time. A complete cornucopia of chaos when that Direct begins for 30 or 40 minutes of we have no clue what they're going to show. Greatness, terribleness, somewhere in between, a little bit of both. One can never tell. But you can play Mega Man now, and I do think the Direct will either be June 11th or June 18th. Sadly, if I had to guess right now in this moment, I might change my thoughts based on something I see later today or how I feel, but right now, it would be the 18th is my better guess, because I think this Game Boy thing is weird. Even though it shouldn't affect the Direct, a Game Boy release doesn't affect, them announcing big first-party titles. They don't compete. It is a bit odd that it's happening Thursday before Summer Game Fest. Although you could interpret it like it's connecting Capcom to the Direct. We know Capcom has plans for Summer Game Fest. Maybe they have big plans for Nintendo. Maybe this is Capcom's first firework. Like they're setting off the first salvo, and it's going to continue throughout the weekend and then into next week. I don't know. We don't know. That's the bottom line. We don't know when the Direct will be. I'll keep you posted with more information as soon as I figure anything else out, as soon as we find it, or honestly, as soon as Nintendo says it. We'll just have to wait and see. Now, Sonic Shadow Generations is coming later this year. It has been leaked even more now, with box art and screenshots coming from Mystery Lupin. He has tagged these things with his watermark. A jolly old man that reminds me of Monopoly and Planters fused with video games. Anyhow, it's set for October 25th, but the most interesting thing here is that the game is going to be $50. I think this is pretty nice. As we know, Sonic Generations is a older title. They are remastering it, for the modern era, and they are bringing in this whole Shadow pack where Shadow looks freaking psychotic with these giant, crazy, demonic wings. But it's going to be a budget price title, which I really like. I think that's quite fair and quite fun, and honestly quite contrary to that Monkey Ball DLC. You can get the Monkey Ball DLC for $25, or you can get Sonic Generations for double that. That makes it seem crazy. A whole game, Sonic Shadow Generations, for twice the price of your Sonic and Monkey Ball skins. Anyhow, Midori also says that Sega is in the process of submitting the Nintendo Switch version of Sonic X Shadow Generations, so it does seem like we'll probably get a new trailer either at Summer Game Fest, the Nintendo Direct, or both. And this release date of October 25th, this price point of $50, and this really nice box art showcasing old Sonic, new Sonic, and Shadow will be dropping officially soon, but right now it's really leaked out there, and this does seem like it's more than official. So mark it in your calendars if you want. $50 though, that feels pretty nice. It's a solid price, and I think things are going quite well right now for Nintendo. The Mega Man drop is like a great precursor to the weekend, since the Switch, isn't going to be the focus for Summer Game Fest, although some multi-platform games will inevitably come out on there, or DLC will come out on there. Like, we're going to get stuff, and these indie presentations and Devolver's presentation, etc., those are all going to have a lot of goodness. The Yacht Club Games presentation, that's going to be very Switch-centric. But we're really waiting for Nintendo. And at this point in time, it seems like Nintendo has 2 weeks to make this happen, and we know they're going to. I think that's the saving grace here. No matter how worried you are about a Direct, the 11th, the 18th, the 25th, whatever day it ends up being, we know we're getting one. Nintendo is committed, and that's something that we often don't have, right? We know Nintendo is going to be at E3, but without a centralized show, it's often hard to know if Nintendo is going to do a Direct, going to not do a Direct, going to do a partner showcase, going to skip out. What are they doing? February, we thought surely we'd get new Switch games, partner showcase. This summer, we thought, surely we'd get a Switch 2 reveal. Oops, seems like that's been delayed. But now at least we know we're getting a Switch-focused Nintendo Direct. It's going to deliver us the goods on the games the rest of the year, and I'm more excited than ever to see, because I don't think we're going to get big leaks. I think we're going to go in completely blind, and that is going to be a joyous experience for all of us. Of course, I'll live stream it. It should be a really fun time. I'll get up super early, and we'll make some root beer and tea combos. Kind of sounds disgusting. Fruity tea, soda-y root beer. Bad combo, but let me know your favorite summer drink in the comments down below. And until next time, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Love you lots. SwitchForce out.